Welcome everyone to your final semifinal of the Meraki Major. DNMK taking on Team Mist in what is quite a interesting situation that has occurred. Both DNMK and Mist not winning their quarterfinal rounds, but going through due to technicalities, due to moss files, things being used that are against the rules, and we find ourselves in this situation where two unexpected teams now find themselves fighting off for that grand final position. I am Trinuk. With me is Kanye.
Here coming out from Mist Esports. Joining the rest of the lineup, it's going to be the Mirror, one of the operators we've talked about to an absolute boring extent, tiring extent at this point of time. Just an operator you do not want to deal with.
KWR also upstairs. Oh, nice little peek from Sandals. Gets rid of KWR, and that's going to just open up some map-based initiations there. Not too much to worry about outside of control room either. But Fish not refusing to give up yellow stairs. Takes down Dan the Man. Edward manages to find Sandals as well. Coming up from Arcade. Nice little roam there. Really putting a spanner in DNMK's attack right now.
He actually does not spot the sledge, but he's going to be on the drone and he gets caught out. Fish with a double kill on the round. He finds Leventus. Now he's going to try and translate it onto the ace, but he's playing it safe again. He knows he can just play the time on this. 30 seconds on the clock. It's one of the most defensive-sided bomb sites in Rainbow Six Siege here in Throne Room, and with 20 seconds, no wall opened up yet. And still they need to clear these roamers out. It's going to be a triple kill for Fish. This is exactly where the Jaeger and the 416C carbine shines with the G36C just as much. The hatch, it is opened up, so he could drop down into split. If he finds one, maybe two, he might still be able to clutch this. Chucks out the grenades, and he's going to try and find the mute, but no, it is Blacks to connect with the M590A1, the British shotgun to come out, and it finds the final kill. And just quickly, I want to talk about it. It really seemed reminiscent of when we saw the OG Regicide game over on Theme Park, because Theme Park, it's just such a defensive side map. And now a shield is going to be placed in the face of danger, but it is the danger that's going to reign supreme with the M4A1. Sandals to connect on to Kiev.
Could be dire here if Leventus can't deal with him. He does. Mario does go down to Blacks, I should say, as Mars still just trying to hold on to that position that he is currently trapped himself in. His Vulcan shield gets taken out. That's going to give some space. Leventus and Lulu can push a lot of pressure onto that soft wall in to Bunk, as the initiation from Sandals almost catches Mark out of place, but he managed to get some good damage into Sandals in return. The wall being opened now from Control Center. Mars is in a bad position. He does peek out. He gets rid of Sandals. That was quite a threat. The crossfire no longer there. Mars can once again focus all his attention back onto Control Center, where a very injured Lulu just manages to find his head, as a little bit of a misstep by Mars exposes him through that hole Lulu had just created. Lulu still not getting any health back from that kill. Has to deal with Blacks. Is going to go for the rush towards Bunk. Try and get through that soft wall. Oh, some great patience there from Blacks. Just wait till he starts moving on through. Comes from behind. Gets rid of Lulu. Leventus has found himself on the side, but he doesn't have the diffuser in hand. And 4 seconds to go. Not going to be a pretty win. Or a pretty loss, I should say. A great win from this.
Really well done to Mist, but equally though, the L85 does spray on through and the drone gets shot out. So they're going to call out that there's a player here, but Fish gets taken down by Sandals, the player that was sussing him out initially. Now holding the long hallway into Arcade, he's going to get naded out, taking care of the Goyo shield. A very precarious position now. They take his life, and now they might just take the bomb site.
Still, Sandals takes a little bit more health with him. Slowly being chipped away, but a beautiful nade in return gets rid of Kieva. And now it's just Blacks. Oh, not even Blacks left alive as Mars gets found out, hiding in initiation. DNMK actually bring it back sooner than in previous matches, and actually looking a lot better than the previous 2 rounds.
Yeah, I really think your caster prediction came true. You said DNMK, they're not to be touted out. They close quarters engagements with the SMG-11 and with the shotgun, but that's not how teamwork works. The Ibana takes care of his own teammate in Sandals, but eventually gets the refrag on to Kiev. Equalized out into a 4-on-2-4, and now they've got control of the east side of the map. Now they just need to translate this into a bottom floor take, though, because it's not a top floor site. They still need to deal with Fish as well, the one player that proved to be quite the nuisance quite the slippery nuisance in the previous round. Looks like they know exactly where the other player is. They're just not capitalizing on it just yet. They're playing the waiting game. Let's see who caves first. Spray's coming through with the 416. It does a tad bit of damage onto Leventis, but eventually Fish is going to fall back.
Be hoping that he can get some support right now to open up that wall as the vertical play comes down. Fish gets taken out. Some great calls there for Leventis to open up the floor and find the head of Fish. It's just two left, Blacks and Mars. All they have is a dream of victory right now as the wall starts getting opened up. Black sends out that smoke. It's not going to stop the wall from being popped open though. Mario goes for a pre-fire, but they have an opportunity to enter onto side and they have Diffuser in hand. And this could be dangerous here. Blacks gets taken out. It's all up to Mars. He does manage to get rid of Aventus, but in such a heavy-handed situation, 3v1, not a lot of health to work with. It's not going to go too well. He goes in, goes for the pre-fire. Unfortunately, Mario holding that angle beautifully while the Diffuser was being planted. Finds DNMK, bringing it to an even score of 2-on-2.
Out as well. Blacks is holding the angle through the opened up wall here, but Mars, he's going to be getting the opener, and it's onto Sandals, the player that's been going absolutely massive for his team. All for the board now. So Mist Esports, see if they can claw things back.
Yeah, great opportunity to bring it back. It's getting such a dangerous fragger off the board. Sandals going down. Mars happy with that one, but he is going to be pushed out here as he runs into the fire and takes quite a little bit of damage to try to get out of this hairy situation. Almost gets killed by the Selma charge as he's now got Leventis and Ludo to deal with, both in construction. Fish and Mars not looking good at health, looking a little bit sickly here as Fish still has the angle, could find himself taking out the Hibana of Mario, but Mario says, nah, I am just going to win this one out. Still get a lot of pressure coming through from control room. Kieva is still playing out of Vault Zone, could get one kill. Ooh! Blacks with the C4 into bathrooms almost finds Mario. Leventis eventually does get rid of Mars. He was kind of trapped in that situation. Mario going down brings us back firmly in missed control, but they still got Leventis and Ludo to deal with. The brother combo here as they look to start making their own fight. That communication's going to be tight on these two, and Mist really need to watch out for what they're going to bring to this table. Kieva still playing out of Vault, just hoping to catch anyone rotating haphazardly through there. And Leventis seems to be aware that he is there. He's going to call him out. Kieva goes for the shots, but finding nothing on Leventis. He's still there. 13 seconds to go though. Kieva finds Leventis. Lulu has a mountain to climb right now, and 8 seconds isn't enough time to really do it in his current state as Edward finds it, just to seal it off and make sure the time didn't even matter.
10 seconds left. This is where the older shines. 81 rounds in the mag and zero hope for the attacking
Rabbit Panther.
Yeah, and they might just be ready to pounce because the first thing on the checklist has been ticked. Not only have they gotten a kill, but they've gotten control of barrels. They have an avenue onto the site, but they still need to worry about Edward here up top in initiation. If he goes uncleared, if he is unaccounted for the next 15 seconds, he's going to wreak havoc onto this attacking team. And it looks like that might just be what happens, and indeed he is. He finds Leventis, he tries to translate it onto the second, and indeed he does. He finds one for himself. Kieva as well with the SMG-11 gets killed into Dan the Man, and Mars with the T5 SMG to lock it out, getting the kill onto Lulu. And sure, it's a last round, but still, you have to give props for DNMK for getting 2 rounds on the board on the attacking side of Theme Park.
Close quarters situation.
Yeah, she takes care of utility really well, as well with the Cade band. She's going to be very effective against bandits and mutes, but also with the M762 Fish with a great kill onto Sandals, the star player, taken off the board now for DNMK. One less to worry about, and almost one less to worry about for DNMK on their defensive side, as he just misses the head there, but he's not going to miss. The C4 finds a kill, and 3 quick kills in quick succession coming out from DNMK. The entire round flipped on its head. Now it's just Kieva and Mars left in a dire scenario. Mars whips out the SPSMG9. He's going to try and find his close quarter engagements, I would assume. Kieva is trying to force into bathroom, but Leventis and Mario, they're holding crossfires onto each other. They could help each other out if need be. Leventis is the sole player on the C side of the map. He's going to be the main point of contention for these two Mist players in this first half of their attack now. He's going to swing wide, and he tries to find the player, but then no, it is Leventis to find the kill with the MP5K. Now, it's just Mars left with the CSRX It's not a scenario you want to ever be in. It's a single bolt action rifle. You need to find one after the other. You need to isolate these engagements. You need to play this perfectly. Tries to find the first. He spots the Goyo. Decides to whip out the SMG9. Tries to go for these close quarter engagements, but the Goyo has dropped down the hatch. He's not going to be able to find that free kill just yet, but Dan the man, he's going to find a free one. He takes down Mars, and that's DNMK now 3-4 on their round count.
On Lulu and Leventus even, who was just peeking up onto arcade stairs there for the time being. Danderman's also upstairs, but Standals manages to get some nice spam down to control center as Blacks unfortunately entered through that dragon corridor doorway. Sandals with a beautiful long angle, but Edward, not one to be outplayed, comes with his own response angle, just peeking through that destroyed floorboard, almost manages to find one of the members of Mist, and there we go. Armory wall is being opened up, and Diffuser is going to start getting ready to move on in and get that down, but the mute jammer just blocking it, so they need to bring Mars over, get rid of that mute jammer, and so they can start opening it up.
Area rather than the prior. Dan the man, he's feeling a bit of pressure here behind the throne, and he's going to put himself in even more pressure because with that impact grenade, not only does he do damage to himself, but he gives away his position. Sandals, though, goes absolutely massive. He finds one, tries to find a second, but a flurry of kills coming out now. It's just a 3v1 for DNMK and Sandals to lock it out. Leventus finds one as well, and it's just, once again, a quiet and then a complete collapse.
And so I'm interested to see that. Well, firstly, Leventus, who was playing on those stairs and then down into lab, wasn't really droned out. Mars on that Cali kind of ran in a little bit blind, it seemed. He wasn't expecting Leventus to be there. But also, the little bit of the misplay with the Selma on Armory Wall, and then how Barrel's walls wasn't muted. Because that is also a common spot that you can open up, that players or teams try get open if you're not approaching from Dragon, which, I mean, at that point in time, you knew they weren't approaching from Dragon. You could probably have gotten the mute in there just to stop the attack from that western side.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, and I can actually catch out which bomb site we're going to be going to. It is initiation and office, so I'm going to expect that west side hold once again. They're bringing the Goyo like they have in previous rounds, like both teams had, which we haven't seen him too much in play in the playoffs. Do you think his presence here has been helping out these teams? Because sure, the rounds have been close and they've been able to play these anchor positions, but it doesn't really look like Lulu here on the Goyo and previously, I believe it was Mars on the Goyo, have been doing too much work.
Oh, it's mostly Edward playing on that Goyo in the Mist defensive round. What really didn't help Goyo when Mist was on defense was DNMK seemed really good at removing that Vulcan shield, whether it be with grenades or with some other sort of utility. The lifeline on Zofia, for example, that grenade launcher, to take care of that Vulcan shield. So a lot of times it became a detriment, especially when Edward was playing out of initiation. Every time they opened up control center wall, that Vulcan shield was either moments from being taken out by a grenade or had already been taken out, and now would push Edward away from his own rotation hole and into the line of fire. Obviously, we haven't seen DNK use Goyo just yet, so I'm curious to see how they fare much better and if Mist can be as good at removing the Vulcan shield as DNMK was. And here, playing in Vault, he's in a situation where he has a little bit of space to work on. I actually lie. We have seen the Goyo being played by DNMK because this is the same Vault spot that they were playing out of earlier, that Lulu was playing out of a bit earlier in the rounds. So yeah, I'm curious to see, because they aren't setting up initiation in the same way as Mist, so they don't have that same issue of the Vulcan shield popping and then creating a very difficult situation for the defenders to work with control center.
Edward finds the first, though. He's going to stop you short in your soliloquy. Finds the first. It connects onto Dan the man, but Mario as well. He finds one for himself, takes down Edward. Flurry of kills coming out because Blue takes down Sandals. The R4C, and it looks like Leventus accidentally drops down the hatch, and Lulu is going to try and stay safe behind his Goyo shield between the line of fire and the literal fire. Finds the first, and now see if he can find more. 3v3. this, he might be the one player to shut down a waiting room attack. But Blue, he gets the opener onto Lulu. Now the plant's going to go down. 2 players, they're stuck in the south side of this map. The north side is completely under control of the attackers, and now it's going to be solidly in control. The control is solidified with the diffuser getting planted now in a 2v3 scenario. Mario with the SMG-11 and the MP5 on Leventus. Very little you can do though with the M4 locking down the angle and the Nomad air jab to just punish him even more. His teammate's going to be the one caught out for his mistake, and eventually Mars to connect onto the second. And then that is Mist Esports not trailing at all this game. Every single time it's been tied in the round count, and Mist has won it out.
As Fish makes his way into Cafe Corridor, Kieva finds Sandals and Dandaman. That's going to look strong. That's a great cross angle. Just pops them through the window. Looks like BLX still hanging out on that rappel though, just in case there is a repeat from the likes of Lulu. Leventus now needs to bring it back for his team. He's got Mario and Lulu in support. Is that X-Mist connection that Leventus is working with as Mario runs around, shotguns Mars in the face. But Edward finds Leventus out in Bankfold. Lulu goes for a pre-placed C4, but gets immediately run up on by BLX, who came through the window, and Mario is unable to fish out of the water. And that's going to be 6-4. Mist have found some momentum and are looking to take this in what could arguably be an upset here based on the viewer.
Okay,
Ubi doesn't like drugs, which rightfully so. But yeah, this is bad. Oh, the C4 almost managing to find Mario, throwing it out into Kayak there. It gets taken out by Edward through some beautifully crafted Maverick holes. BLX has taken a little bit of a ninja as Leventus runs up him, just seeing his fate there in storage lab adjacent as it stands. Mars now just droning through. He has opened up sight with the help of the Salmons of Edwards, and that's going to give them a good opportunity to get this diffuser down. Edward does
to play with here, but they have so much time to play with. The C4 is going to get ripped, and looks like it does cancel out the second Selma, but on around 1 HP now, it's almost impossible to clutch it out from this position. Kievik from the flank is going to try and find it, and indeed he does. The AK-74 confirming Mist Esports the win of Theme Park.
Sandals this time round, not the fragger that Mist needed. Wait, Sandals is on Mist before I... No, Sandals is on DNMK.
Yeah.
Because Sandals was the last alive. I got confused there. The Maverick player, which was Mars, wasn't the fragger that Mist needed in that situation. He was just a really amazing support player. Every time he opened a hole,